I found Islam through science. American teenage girl converts to Islam. This is the title of the video by the Ansari podcast. I'm not familiar with this channel, but I'm interested to see this video because of the title, of course. Without further ado, let's watch.
First of all, Veronica, welcome to the show.
Hi,
thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This has been a long time.
A long time coming.
Yes, I know. But no, I appreciate you having me on and wanting to hear my perspective on things.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Very
anytime.
cool. How did you what sparked your interest in Islam?
It was around when I was 16. I was dating this guy, and I had told him about how I haven't been feeling connected with my religion in years. I mean, years, like, I resented going to church. I felt it as a chore, but I still wanted to be connected to God in some way. I didn't want to be necessarily agnostic, but I definitely wasn't atheist, because everybody else was, because you're like finding yourself or whatever.
Why didn't you go the atheist route?
I always felt a connection with God. I always felt like there's something out there that I can talk to, that would answer the questions and the uncertainties and the nervousness I had about life, especially being young and the childhood I grew up in being pretty hard. And I don't know, I just felt there's something else, like at the bottom of the stomach, kind of like the intuition, like there has to be something else out there,
And that's an Islamic belief, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we're all innately believers of God.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of...
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything that we learn came from God. Evolution came from God, like Big Bang. Because yes, scientifically you have certain, chemical reactions, certain physical reactions, just any sort of one step led to another. And as a scientist, as somebody who is heavily involved in it, I want to look at the cold hard facts, and I want to look, okay, this and this happened, so this occurred, right? So I tried to somehow entwine the two, not necessarily take, let's say for Christianity or Catholicism, there's certain parts where it's like, oh, we were just plopped here, like humans and stuff like that, and evolution doesn't exist. Some people think the world is 6,000 years old, which is not true.
Okay, about the world being 6,000 years, is it universal across all Christianity because it's specified somewhere in the Bible, or it's only certain type of or certain branch or certain what was meaning? Is it certain, for example, Catholicism or Protestant, or I'm not sure which, if you are Christian and you identify as one or the other, do you believe in the world being 6,000 years old, and why? And if you don't, why? And how do you see those that claim to be Christian that believe in that 6,000 years?
I just wanted something where I could connect the two and have a basis in my religion where I can look at and be like, wow, they discussed this or they talked about this, and relate it to the own work that I'm going to do or the work that I'm doing currently. I think that he created it in such a perfect way for these things to happen, for, let's say, life to evolve, let's say, for galaxies to rotate, for things like black holes and everything like that, for us to question what's out there, for us to learn more. And, I think I personally love that. I love it. I love tying in religion and science because personally, I think they go hand in hand, because I think those are huge. I love reading the two and comparing them. The universe came to be in 10 to the negative 33 seconds. That's how fast it was, which is insane to think about, and to see that kind of tie-in with the Quran is very nice. And it's nice to, have those two go hand in hand in a sense, because I'm in a major surrounded by a lot of people. Majority are like, okay, well, scientifically, this and this and this happened. It's nothing else. So I like connecting the two because it brings two worlds that I love so much together, and the whole thing was like, we're certainly expanding it. That goes into the Hubble constant and how the universe is expanding and accelerating the further we get away, from the further we look, faster it's accelerating. When I was growing up Catholic, there was this quote from the Bible that the earth was made in like 7 days, and God brought light and day and all of that. And I was always confused about that as a child. I was always like, how did that, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't seem like that works. But as I started learning more about physics and astronomy, I sat down and I think, I don't want to ever take that, or even in the Quran, as that literal. I don't actually think that it happened overnight. I think it's more of a interpretation of the grand design of the universe as a whole.
I would say you can apply that with the Quran and Islam,
Mhm.
but not necessarily Christianity and the Bible. Islamically, before even scientists came out and said that the universe has been around for billions of years,
Mhm.
Islamic scholars told us, and even in the Quran it tells us that a day is not actually the day.
Yeah.
But Christian scholars had to actually make that revision after the scientific facts came out. While Islamic scholars made that analysis the moment they realized it. They're like, oh, 6 days. And then other places Allah says, your days for me 1,000. And then, and 1,000 in Arabic doesn't necessarily mean 1,000.
Mhm.
So Islamic scholars immediately, 1,000 years ago, were like, this doesn't actually mean 6 days.
Yeah.
So it's a little different between the two.
Okay, so this is an extract from a full podcast, I think, and yeah, I'm not fully, how to say, I don't fully get to know the background of the girl, whether she is in the field of, I don't know, physics or I don't know, because among the things that she mentioned, perhaps because it either she is very interested in that field or she is in that field. I'm not sure, but anyway, so I guess that's it for this video. Feel free to comment. Yeah, okay, on what she said about taking the two worlds together, right? The two worlds that she lives together. One is, I guess, a religion, and in now is Islam, and then science. From Islamic perspective, that's not two worlds, right? Because the creator of this universe, this reality, and the creator of the teaching is the same one creator. So it comes from the same source. One is by nature designed that you can explore and uncover, but one is revealed, right? Meaning that otherwise we would not know the unseen, right? Like heaven and earth, etc., right? So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time.